Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. The intro you just heard was a custom patch I made for the Boss GX100. It's a great unit. So this is FAQ number 10. I hope you guys had a great Easter and let's go straight into the questions. Okay, so question number 1 from OK Live. Hey Juca, I have another question. Is it possible to connect my Mac with THU over loud amp sim into the Katana power amp in? Yes, it is. I have the Katana Artist MK2 and like the speaker more than FR speakers. I have tried OH and thank you for all the great patches and how to do videos about the Katana. I can only imagine the amount of work you put into this. Yeah, we've talked about this already. Many thanks for your comment. And yeah, you can totally do it. It's not exactly an FR system. It was not designed to be like that, although there's quite a bit of there's quite a wide range of frequencies you get there, unlike other guitar amps, because you have an acoustic channel, so the spectrum is very wide. So yeah, just make sure to disconnect the cab sim from the THU over loud or any other amp sim. Some guys like it with the cab sim on. I personally don't. I prefer having just the cab of the Katana because you'll be using two cabs. We've talked about this on some previous FAQ episodes and you'll have a great sound, I believe. I haven't tried this software. I've tried the Pliny from Neural DSP and it sounds great. So all the best. Thanks. From JBG Aulen. Juca, on the Katana Artist MK2 there is a contour select button. It seems to be some kind of predefined EQ, but I can't find a description anywhere and what it does exactly. I do hear a slight difference in tone when switching between the settings, but I have no idea what it's supposed to be good for, so I just leave it off. Do you know what it does and what it's supposed to be used for? Well, if it's like the contour knob that you find on most Marshalls, yes, I know what it means. Exactly like you said, it's a predefined EQ, and what it does is basically in the mid-range, it scoops the mid when it's counterclockwise, if I'm not mistaken, and then when it's clockwise, it enhances the mid-range. It was very famous used on Marshalls back in the day the valve states and stuff like that. Even my Marshall had as one of those knobs. When you wanted to get like sort of a Metallica tone with all the mid scoop, because Marshalls have a lot of mid-range, you totally turn that off, not off counterclockwise, and get a very scooped mid tone for those Metallica tones. If you prefer to leave it off, but you can also benefit from the contour knob if you put it a little bit higher. Although I'll be honest with you, even on my Marshall I don't use it at all, so maybe you don't need it. From Freak 6 to 100, is Audacity enough in terms of sound quality, or do I need Ripple, Ableton, etc.? It's a digital workstation, so they're all the same in terms of sound quality, although there's a big debate on the internet, Pro Tools versus Logic versus whatever, and in the end they all do the same. But Audacity is very weak in the sense that I think you cannot monitor in real time the effects that you put on. Like if you connect your guitar and you want to monitor a plugin, correct me if I'm wrong, like a guitar plugin, or if you want to add an effect to a vocal that you have there, I think you need to print it first, like put the effect and then hear it. Correct me again if I'm wrong. And I think the interface is cumbersome, it's very weird, I really don't like it. And then you have Reaper, which is basically free. You have that trial period that basically lasts forever. And if you wanted to contribute for the guys at Reaper, it's a great workstation. I know it's not for me. I'm very used to Logic and Pro Tools. So, but Reaper does everything those two do and even more. Okay, there are certain things in certain DAWs, you know, that's why some people prefer one DAW workflow to other DAW workflow. Not necessarily because of the sound, but and if you have an audio interface, I highly recommend you to get one. Use one of those essential tools on your home studio. You have very affordable ones from Focusrite, the cheapest range, around 90 bucks if I'm not mistaken. It's more than enough for your recordings, and you can also connect a microphone and stuff like that. It has phantom power, has everything you need, great quality preamps. So go with Reaper, because even if you don't buy it, it's forever free, you know, sort of. You don't have problems. Even if you buy it, it costs like 50 bucks and you're helping the guy. So Studio One Free is also a good workstation, but Reaper is better because Studio One Free has some limitations like other DAWs free versions. Also, I'm remembering now, if you're on a PC, try out Cakewalk. It's a very complete workstation that I prefer than Reaper. Okay, Cakewalk is also very good. So Cakewalk and Reaper, try those out. From Bart GTK, hi Juca, I was wondering if you could try to make a patch for Polish classic band and song Lady Peng Fabrik Malp. I don't have idea what it is. It seems to be quite easy to replicate a stretch sound with some compression on it. But if you're gonna put your hands on it, it's gonna be epic and professional sound. Cheers. Many thanks for your compliment, Bart. Stay tuned. I'll have to have a listen to the song. I have no idea what it is. And maybe it'll come in my next bundle. So thanks for your idea and stay tuned. Thoughts on Catalyst. Saw Phil McKnight's video and he picks it over this. Not sure how to interpret that. Well, I don't have a Catalyst here to try it out, but I think the Catalyst is in the same ballpark as the Nextone, both the Artist and the Special, having a bigger chassis and more bottom end. Probably not necessarily bottom end. I don't mean it like bottom end, but more of an open tone, open sound to it, stronger. I think I'm missing the correct term, but you'll probably get that idea. That has to do with the speaker and the construction. I heard some demos, it was okay. I liked the clean channel, especially in the crunch channel, I liked it. Moreover, the not metal, but rock and metal tones, I think the Katana is more, I don't know, more powerful, it cuts better through the mix. But then again, you have software, you can shape to your own content, anything, both in the Katana and in the Catalyst. I wish Line 6 would be kind enough to send me one, but those guys seem like impossible to reach. Only on the customer support when it comes to part of collaboration and stuff like that. You have to know someone inside. I don't know. I believe I don't know someone inside, so I can ask them for one to review, but I would like to do that. I'm not gonna buy one because I have lots of work to do, at least for now, on the Katana and all the things boss related. Even my HX stomp from Line 6 is a little bit apart right now because I need time for other stuff. So I'll have to see if I can get one borrowed or something to test it out. But it is a good amp, of course. But if you buy, for example, the Katana 2x12, you get the same kind of bigger sound to it. And like I said before, the tone, most of the tone, aside from your fingers, it's on the pickups, and the speaker is very important. So I hope this answers your question. I cannot really compare them, I wish I could, but from the comparisons I saw, I would still go with the Katana. But that's just me. Hi Juca, I'm not quite following what the stereo audio interface does for you. When I want to listen via my DAW, I plug the Katana via USB into my Mac, and I can send the audio back to the Katana, okay, and listen via headphones. Or I can send the audio to the headphones connection on the Mac. What does the audio interface do for you, and how does it improve the audio? Thanks. I don't know if you get the audio from the Katana being just, I don't know how the audio comes from the Katana, to be honest. Via headphones I know how it is, and it sounds bad. But I mean, imagine if you have no headphones, you're listening to the audio from the Katana, it's just one speaker, and it's a guitar speaker basically. So you have no definition over a backing track. If the backing track has quality, even if it doesn't, you have basically no definition or separation between instruments. So with the sound card or audio interface, the idea is that you can still monitor your Katana via rec out, line out, or via microphone, anything like that. And then you have, if you have an audio interface, you have two outputs for stereo monitors, like I do have here. Or you can connect your headphones as well. But in this case, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're hearing the signal coming from your Katana in mono and sort of, nothing special, then get an audio interface, because you'll hear everything much clearer, high definition, stereo, like it should be, and then your guitar in the middle. And it's much more of a pleasant scenario than hearing the Katana back on the headphones. I believe that's the main reason why I prefer to have an audio interface. And then again, you might want to have an audio interface for other stuff. If you're planning on recording a vocal, for example, or something like that, it's always good, a good thing to have, like I answered on the previous question. And you can get great audio interface with great preamps. Check out the Focusrite range, they're really good and they're very affordable. So I hope this answers your question. Let's go for the next one. From Eric Osterwall, what are some Katana patches you would use for funk, 70s, R&B music? Do you have any favorite patches for that feature, an auto wah or envelope filter? Well, no, I don't have, but I'm planning to do something about that. I think I haven't developed a funk pack, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I have it on my website. There are so many packs there, sometimes I forget. But a funk pack, with an auto wah or envelope filter would probably sound great. It's something I haven't quite get into it, but I need to do that and release some patches. I don't have any favorite patch because I don't have any, I think. So thanks for your recommendation, and I'll see if I can do something about that very soon. From Ryan Pros, any plans for an iOS version of Katana Librarian now that your step can connect wirelessly? I don't know if you saw on social media, but the developer for the Katana Librarian already announced an iOS version. I don't know if it's yet released to the public because I have the beta, and it's fantastic, works great. Okay, you can also use your iPhone or iPad iOS version with AirStep and the BTS for the Katana Air. I've done a video on that. It works like a charm, no worries. But since I believe the Katana Librarian has more features, yes, it will be released. I think it hasn't been released yet, correct me if I'm wrong, a version for iOS devices, and I already have mine. It works great, so stay tuned for that. From Ben Maggie, hi Juca, I have a Podline 6 Go and I played through Katana M50 with the power amp in. Exactly. On the Pod Go I turn off the cap sim. That's the way you do it. My question is, on the amp block on the Pod Go, it gives the option of just setting it as a preamp or full amp. If I understanding the power amp in on Katana correctly, it's only bypassing the preamp. So on the Pod Go should I set it just to preamp or the full amp sim? Is there any issue essentially doubling up the power amp on the Pod Go and Katana? I may be confusing myself. Great video, thanks. The only thing you need on the Katana is the power amp, right? you can use the preamp. You need the preamp from the Podgo, and then turn off the cab. Try to avoid the double things like double preamps, double amps, double cabs. You only affect your signal for the worst, not the best. So if you can, just turn off the power amp, because you already have a power amp, right? If you have that ability, use the preamp. The power amp of the Katana keeps him off because it will interfere with your tone. Some guys like it, like I said before. I hate it. You have basically two cabs, and it will work. It will work great. Try it out, let me know how it sounds. From 4046 spec, Nextone special editor help to dial in your own tone video. Any chance you'll do this in the future? Sure, I've done a lot of tone studio videos already, probably for all my gear boss related, except for the GX100, which is really fairly new, and the Nextone special I've done for the Nextone artists. They're pretty similar, they're not very different, okay? But I will do one for the Nextone special, of course, and the GX100 also, so stay tuned. Last but not least, hi Juca, how can I get the crunch dirty clean, but on a clean channel? On the Katana, right? I like the crunch channel to get my clean sound, but the problem comes when I turn on my distortion pedal. It becomes too compressed and low volume. Whereas in the clean channel, the distortion pedal works great. From Geoffrey Aljim, I can not read your name properly. So get a crunch tone from the clean channel. Is that what you ask without the distortion pedal? Regarding volume, you can have any volume with the distortion pedal on the crunch channel without being too compressed. I don't know, maybe it compresses the tone. Depends on the pedal that you're using. For me, if I'm correctly answer your question, for me to get a crunch tone out of clean channel is put the gain all the way up and the volume all the way up and control with the master, okay, and the watt settings, of course, and then I add a clean boost, just bring a little bit of gain, a little bit of boost, and there you have it. It works great with single coil guitars. I've tested it out. No need for the distortion pedal. It gives you that kind of edge of breakup tone that we all love, and it's one of those things, one of those tones, nuances. They're very hard to replicate on solid state amps, but the Katana does it pretty well. So try it out and let me know how it sounds, because I think I'm answering your question correctly. So let me know in the comments then. So it's all for today, guys. The feedback has been great. Many thanks for your questions. There's a lot of questions still to be answered. I always post 1 or 2 days before on social media and stuff like that about my next FAQ. So you guys remember and leave your questions. But I have a lot of questions to answer still, and I'm doing the best to answer your questions. I'm also learning myself as we go, of course, and the feedback has been great. So I hope you guys are safe, and that's all for today. See you on the next one. Cheers.